Francis.
All right, Mr. Francis, I got a petition to revoke your case here in city court and DV court based on your new domestic violence charges. So I'm going to appoint Ms. Altschuler to represent you on the petition to revoke your probation. And then I'm going to hold you on a $2,500 bond. And I will either see you or hear about you on November 26th at 1:30, depending on what's going on with your felony.
Okay.
All right, so no contact with the victim and no return to her residence, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no guns, no acts of domestic violence. All
Okay.
right. And then Ms. Altschuler will be your lawyer on this city case, okay?
Okay.
All right, and that's it, Mr. Francis. Thank you. What's your name, sir?
Joe Rico Castro.
All right, Mr. Castro, I've got you on like 3 different failure to appear warrants and then a new charge of possession of drug paraphernalia and resisting arrest. So I am going to hold you on a $200 bond total and set your hearing for tomorrow at 1 p.m. and appoint Jessica Valdez to represent you. So you will be seen tomorrow and your attorney will see you tomorrow. We'll see you soon too, all right? And no return to any of the incident locations. And that's it, sir. And why does it, when you have 50 of them, why won't it do that auto fill in thing? But when you have like 2 and you don't want it to, it does. I ask you. Gonna take me a minute, sir. Give me a sec. Got paperwork to do here, ma'am. See, I didn't even look up because I'm doing all my paperwork. All right. What's your name, ma'am?
Cinema Marie Herrera Harper.
Herrera,
Harper.
Harper. But it's Zulema
Sulema Marie Herrera Harper.
Herrera Harper. Okay, I just have you as Herrera. That's how they wrote the ticket. All right, so ma'am, you are charged with domestic violence, disorderly conduct, domestic violence, criminal damage.
So,
And I'm going to order you not to have any contact with Michael Keaton and not to return to his residence.
right.
And domestic violence.
Yes, ma'am.
And then your next court date will be on November 19th at 10:30.
Yeah.
Don't appear a warrant will issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, then you're released with those conditions.
Right.
What's your name?
Osmeyer.
All right, you have a warrant for a criminal trespass charge. It looks like you're already in custody. So,
No,
no,
no.
you don't think so? All right, so don't go back to
A motion.
the
A
location.
motion to approve.
And
Sorry,
then
motion.
you need to come back to court November 19th at 8:30. Your warrant will issue for your arrest. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Okay.
and that's it. She was, but that's okay. All right. What's your name, sir?
Kenneth Runyon.
All right. You have a warrant for contracting without a license and advertising contracting services without a license. And I am going to release you, and you need to come back to Justice Court on November 26th at 9 o'clock, or you'll end up with another warrant. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, then you're released. And that's it, sir.
Sarah, can you do the one? Please?
All right, what's your name, ma'am?
Sarah Schoenbaum.
All right. I am going to, you are charged with domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and domestic violence assault. And
Hi, yeah, this is Danny McClure. I'm the victim in this case. I want to hear the statement.
so
Okay.
let me finish, and then I will ask you for your statement. All right. So, ma'am, I'm going to order you not to commit any acts of domestic violence, not to consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and then you need to come back to Storita Municipal Court on November 9th at, no, I'm sorry, on back again, December 2nd at 8:30, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. And Mr. McClure is present on Zoom, and he gets to be heard on conditions. So you told pretrial services you wanted contact. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah, I,
Okay, well, that's not today's motion. Today is just you get to be heard on contact and release. So as long as you want contact, then I will allow it. Just order her no alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence. Okay? Thanks, sir.
Sarah,
Hello, ma'am.
What's your name, sir?
Golden Julio Center, 31282.
All right.
That's
You've
right.
got warrants for a shoplift and warrants for another shoplift, both from 2024. And
Yeah, it's over.
looks like you failed to appear.
No.
on both of those, sir.
It's like turn myself in. It's just hard.
All right, well, I'm going to release you and order you not to go back to any of the incident locations, and you need to come
Walmart?
back to court wherever you were shoplifting, sir. I don't have that information in front of me.
This one isn't that hot, so that's all I'm saying.
November 19th at 9:30 is when you need to come back to court or another warrant will issue for you. You understand? Okay,
Yeah, I can be now.
you're released. Bye.
Okay.
One.
Okay. Let it-
What's your name?
Mike Taylor.
All right, Mr. Taylor, you are charged with domestic violence, disorderly conduct. And I am going to order you not to commit any acts of domestic violence, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and come back to Justice Court on November 19th at 10:30, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then you're released.
Cooper.
All right, is there a public defender over there, someone? Well, not yet, I guess. What's your name, ma'am?
Sheila Cooper, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Cooper, you are charged with domestic violence, assault, domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and it's from September 1st of this year. And I'm going to order you not to commit any acts of domestic violence, no contact with Ms. Cashwell, comply with any protective orders, no return to her residence, and you need to come back to city court on December 9th at 1:30, or a warrant will issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then you're released with those conditions.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Valenzuela.
What's your name, sir?
Jose Valenzuela.
All right, I am seeing you on a drug paraphernalia charge from today. And my understanding is you've got another hold. So what I'm going to do is appoint the city public defender to follow your case along. And if you get out, you need to come to city court on this December 19th at 9 o'clock. If you aren't out, then the public defender will talk to you about what you want to do with this misdemeanor, okay?
Okay.
All right, that's it, sir. What's your name, sir?
Sabion Jordan, Your Honor.
So you are charged with second-degree murder. And defense, the state is asking for a $300,000 bond. Did you want to be heard?
Judge, we're asking for a lower bond for Mr. Jordan. He is fully employed. He has confirmed housing and no felony priors.
Okay. I will appoint the public defender's office to represent Mr. Jordan, order him not to have any contact with the victim's family, not to return to the incident location, don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol or illegal drugs. I am going to go with the state's recommendation, given the circumstances alleged in this case. A $300,000 bond, pretrial services if posted, And the preliminary hearing will be November 19th at 1:30.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can't go.
What's your name, sir?
Sergio Ortiz.
All right, I've got a warrant in front of me, charging you with, from September 27th of this year, attempted second-degree murder, discharging a firearm in city limits, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous incident. Counsel, the state's asking for an $800,000 bond, but the warrant has a $100,000 bond. Did you want to be heard?
Judge, we're asking for the $100,000 bond or significantly lower. Mr. Urquidez is self-employed and he didn't know about this warrant. If he were to be released or post bond, he would go home where he lives with his mother.
All right.
And if I may provide additional information to the court,
Yeah.
the defendant has been evading law enforcement as he relocated himself to a hotel. And there was a large amount of cash that was located. So there's a concern that elevates his flight risk. Also, considering the culpability, the defendant before the court is the shooter who discharged the weapon. The co-defendant is also in custody, Your Honor. He's currently on a $750,000 bond. Based on the nature of the offense, the defendant does have a prior history. It pled down to a misdemeanor after he completed probation. Nonetheless, it's still a concern that it was involving a flight risk, also a flight and ag assault. For those reasons, Your Honor, the defendant continues to pose a risk. He's again evading law enforcement, already relocated from his home, and in addition, there was a large amount of cash located that is a concern he will post in flight. Thank you.
All right. All right. I will appoint the public defender. Is that work with the co-defendant, you all?
I'm not sure. Do you know? Is there any way for you?
If I can have 1 second, Your Honor, I will double check who was appointed.
Thanks.
Your Honor, there's 4 co-defendants. Seems one of them has OCAC. The second one has PD,
Okay.
and the third one is also OCAC, Your Honor. So I think it'll be safe if it's LA or the LD.
Okay. So I'm going to switch it to legal defender. Okay. I'm going to switch and appoint the legal defender's office to represent Mr. Urquidez. Thank you for checking. No contact with the victims, no return to the victim's residence or work, no firearms, no alcohol or illegal drugs. I will split the baby and hold him on a $500,000 bond. Pretrial services have posted. November 19th at 1:30 will be the preliminary hearing.
Thank you.
Justin. Justin.
17 months.
What's your name, sir?
Justin Wilhelm.
All right, you're charged with domestic violence.
Judge, if we can waive reading.
All right, so you've got 2 counts, sir, and the state is asking for a $50,000 bond. Counsel, did you want to be heard?
Yes, Judge, we're asking that Mr. Wilhelm is released to pretrial services or a substantially lower bond. He is fully employed and he has no felony history.
All right, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Wilhelmi. I'm going to order him not to have any contact with the minor victim unless it's allowed through DCS. No return to the victim's residence or work. No alcohol or illegal drugs. No acts of domestic violence. I am going to hold him on a $10,000 bond and set the preliminary hearing for November 14th at 1 p.m. in Green Valley Justice Court. And that had a second recommendation, so I'm not sure what the deal was with that.
But that's Rose. Lane, Lane, you gotta stay out.
They're sitting.
Okay. I'm not a turkey. You're fine. Just need to see. Okay. Okay, I am a turkey. Thank God.
What's your name?
Hi, Stassi.
Are you Samantha Piper?
Maybe.
All right. You are charged with domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and
No.
I'm going to order you
Oh,
to have
thanks, Ma.
contact with Mr. De Ramos not to return to his residence, no acts of domestic violence, $500 bond. I'm going to appoint the city public defender to represent you. And your next court date will be November 19th at 1:30. And that's it, ma'am. With a $500 bond, if I didn't say that. I'm going to DV court as fast as I can. All right, could you guys unmute? Thank you. All right, what's your name, ma'am?
Margarita Verdugo.
All right, you're charged with possession of a dangerous drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. And you may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug charges in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in that program?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, counsel, the state wants $1,000 bond. It looks like Ms. Verdugo's on probation.
Judge, we're asking that Ms. Verdugo is released to pretrial services, given that she may be eligible for steps. She's a lifelong resident of Tucson, and I believe she has confirmed housing.
Okay. She has confirmed housing.
I believe I read that, Judge.
Been homeless for 7 years. Oh, I guess her friend Alonzo says she can live with she can live with Alonzo. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I am going to appoint the public defender. No alcohol or illegal drugs. But I am going to hold Ms. Verdugo on a $500 bond, given the risk assessment and the fact that she's on probation, and set the preliminary hearing for November 19th at 1:30, and the steps hearing will be November 18th at 9 o'clock.
We have that again. Okay.
And Judge Ms. Quijada, I believe, needs the Spanish interpreter.
Right.
Yeah, the interpreter is ready, Your Honor. Thank you.
Sí, aquí tiene.
All right, ma'am, what is your name?
Muy buenas noches, señora. ¿Me puede dar su nombre, por favor?
María Vanessa Quijada Frisbee.
María Vanessa Quijada Frisbee.
All right, ma'am, you are charged with 2 counts of domestic violence disorderly conduct and a count of domestic violence assault.
Señora, usted tiene 2 acusaciones el día de hoy. Una es de violencia doméstica, que es alteración al orden público, y la otra acusación es agresión, que también se considera violencia doméstica.
I am going to order you not to commit any acts of domestic violence, not to consume any alcohol or illegal drugs,
Le voy a ordenar que usted ya no cometa actos adicionales de violencia doméstica. No debe usted de consumir ningún tipo de bebida alcohólica ni tampoco drogas ilegales.
and you have to come back to court in city court on December 9th at 1:30 or a warrant will issue for your arrest.
Y tiene que regresar a la audiencia el día 9 de diciembre a la 1:30, pero es en City Court. Si usted no se presenta a esa audiencia, se puede emitir otra orden de arresto en contra suya.
All right.
Okay.
You're released.
Okay.
from those conditions.
Ok, señora, puede salir libre, pero con esas condiciones.
Judge, if I may, 1 second, she said she had a question. If I could just ask her what her question is.
Okay.
Judge, I'm sorry, I didn't catch, I wasn't paying close attention. She's asking if she can return home.
She can. She can have contact and return.
Sí, sí puede tener contacto y puede regresar a casa, dice la juez.
Sí, gracias.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And then one more Spanish speaker, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, sir, what's your name?
Señor, ¿cuál es su nombre?
Díaz Serrano.
Luis Ángel Díaz
Serrano.
Serrano.
You are charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Agresión con una.
Asked defense counsel the state $20,000 bond. Did you want to be heard?
Le pregunta la jueza al abogado defensor que si quiere decir algo, porque la fiscalía está solicitando que se le fije fianza de $20,000.
No.
Judge, yes, we're asking that Mr. Diaz is released to pretrial services or a much lower bond.
Y dice su abogado defensor, sí, su señoría, nosotros estamos solicitando que el señor quede libre, pero bajo la supervisión de los servicios previos al juicio, Si no, entonces que se le fije una fianza mucho menor a la que se mencionó anteriormente.
He is fully employed. He has no criminal history. He's lived in Tucson for 16 years and has confirmed housing.
Bueno, el señor tiene empleo de tiempo completo, no tiene antecedentes penales, ha vivido en el área de Tucson por lo menos 16 años y el señor tiene un domicilio ya confirmado donde puede vivir.
All right. Did the state want to be heard more on this?
Yes, Your Honor. Y pregunta a la juez si el fiscal quiere dar comentarios adicionales y dice el fiscal que sí.
We lost you. Are you talking, Ms. Goodman?
Yes, Your Honor. Can you hear me better now?
Now we can hear you.
Thank you. Your Honor, the state is asking for the bond based on concerns for continual risk to the victim. Dice el fiscal que, su señoría, nosotros estamos pidiendo esa fianza, esa cantidad de fianza, porque tenemos preocupación de que el señor sigue siendo un riesgo para la víctima. As the defendant and two other individuals followed the victim after the victim left the confrontation. Porque el acusado y dos personas más siguieron a la víctima después de que la víctima se había ido para evitar la confrontación.
All right.
And the main concern as well is that the defendant pointed a handgun at the victim's head. Y la preocupación principal es de que el acusado le apuntó con un arma de fuego a la cabeza de la víctima.
All right. I am going to appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Diaz.
Dice la juez, le voy a asignar al defensor público para que represente al señor Díaz.
You're not to have any contact with the victim, not to return to the incident location.
Usted, señor, no puede tener contacto de ningún tipo con la víctima y no puede regresar al lugar donde sucedió el incidente.
Not to possess any firearms and surrender any firearms you have to the police department.
Usted no puede poseer armas de fuego y deberá entregar las armas de fuego que tiene en su posesión al departamento de policía.
No alcohol or illegal drugs, and I will hold Mr. Diaz on a $10,000 bond released to pretrial services if posted.
Y usted no debe de consumir bebidas alcohólicas ni tampoco drogas ilegales y voy a fijarle una fianza de $10,000 y si usted deposita esa fianza, señor, y sale libre, de todas maneras queda bajo la supervisión de los servicios previos al juicio.
And the preliminary hearing will be November 19th at 1:30.
Y la audiencia preliminar es el 19 de noviembre a la 1:30.
And that is it, sir.
And Your Honor, and where is this hearing on the 19th?
It is in Superior Court.
Es en el Tribunal Superior, el día 19 de noviembre.
All right, thanks, Ms. Fernandez. I think we are done with you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good night.
Balance. Just send them. I'll wait here. 1 second. Oh, okay. Or-
What's your name, sir?
Christopher Anderson.
All right, you are charged from September 27th and October 18th with 2 counts of third-degree burglary. And counsel looks like he's out on release. So my theory is you got to agree to what the state's asking for, or I got to hold him without a bond.
And Judge, we're asking for a bond for time credit, Judge.
Okay. So I will appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Anderson, order him not to return to the incident locations, no contact with the victims, no firearms, no alcohol, $25,000 bond in lieu of a no bond hold, and set the preliminary hearing for the 19th of November at 1:30. Then Mr. Anderson has other projects. Let me find them. Looks like he has failures to appear on a shoplift and then also on a shoplift out of justice court. So I will note that he has a felony. I will appoint someone. Lost my list. I will appoint Doug Taylor to represent Mr. Anderson on his felony, on his misdemeanors.
On both of them, Judge?
Yeah. Not on the city one, but on the two,
Yes.
no return to the incident location. And I'll hold you on $100 bond on each of those, sir, so you get some credit. And the court date for that is set tomorrow at 1 p.m. And then we have a city court case also. Give me a second. All right, then we have a city court case from 2022 for Mr. Anderson, assault and 2 assault charges. But I am going to release Mr. Anderson on that. No contact with any of the victims. I will appoint the city public defender to follow your cases along. And if you're out, you can come to court in city court on December 19th at 1 o'clock or at 9 o'clock. But if you're not out, then your city public defender will come and talk to you about what you want to do on this case while your felonies are pending. And that's it, Mr. Anderson. I think, Miss Goodman, that maybe you did 2 on Wilhelm.
We did, and I apologize.
Sorry, but I
The team.
for Brendan, that one. Oh, I got a new one. Okay. All right. That's what I figured. Okay. You have a 45-day date.
Four.
Okay. 24. That's ugly. Okay. All right. So what's your name, sir?
Thunder Tamori.
All right. You are charged with possession of narcotic drug, and you may be eligible to participate in a diversion program called STEPS that requires you to participate in a plan specific to your needs for a short time. If you choose to participate and complete the program, these felony drug charges in your arrest report will be permanently dismissed without you ever being formally charged. Are you interested in that program?
Absolutely.
All right, then I'm going to appoint the public defender's office to represent you. I am going to release you to pretrial services, so you need to report to them. You need to come to the steps hearing on November 18th at 9 o'clock. And counsel, are you going to waive time on the preliminary hearing?
Yes, Judge.
Preliminary hearing will be December 24th at 1:30 then.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Gonzalez.
All right, let's see. What's your name, sir?
Daniel Manuel Gonzalez.
All right, you are charged from October 7th with 3 counts of aggravated assault and from November 9th with 1 count of domestic violence aggravated assault. And I've got these all on one order, you all. So should they be from 2 different dates? Should I have 2-minute entries? It is the same agency, so they can all be on one date. Okay, so we're gonna put these all on one big minute entry. So the state is basically asking for $50,000, counsel, because that's what it comes down to. I've got all the charges here at once.
Judge, we're asking that Mr. Gonzalez is released to pretrial services or a substantially lower bond if you're not inclined. He's lived in Tucson for 20 years. If he were released, he'd go to his sister's house, and he's scheduled to be screened for rehab tomorrow.
Okay. He's on probation, right? It looks like it. And he's got a bunch of warrants in DV court, but maybe not. It looks to me like he might be on probation at Wilcox or something. But anyway, I will appoint the public defender's office, order the defendant not to have any contact with any of the victims, not to return to any of the incident locations, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms. I will hold him on a $50,000 bond, pretrial services if posted, and the preliminary hearing will be the 19th of November at 1:30. Then for Mr. Gonzalez, I have August 11th, disorderly conduct, domestic violence, a criminal damage from September 30th with failures to appear, and a disorderly conduct preventing the use of a telephone, and a disorderly conduct and a criminal damage from October 18th. So I am going to order the defendant not to have any contact with Portia Miller, not to return to her residence. And I'm going to hold him on $1,000 bond. You know what? This needs to be in DB court. So I'm going to give it November 19th. Is that my next transfer?
Stop.
Yeah, okay. And then November 19th at 1:30, and I will appoint the public defender to represent the defendant. Yeah, these are all cited. We can sort it out that day. Will you vacate whatever? I don't think there is anything in front of bond, but there might be. Thanks.
Judge, for the November 19th, I'm so sorry, I missed the time that it was scheduled for.
It's at 1:30, and I appointed the city public defender to represent Mr. Gonzalez.
Judge, if I may, would you reconsider the bonds? He's telling me that on his probation matter, if he's held, he's going to have to repeat probation.
No, I won't reconsider the bonds at this point.
Close. Door, see down there.
What's your name, sir?
Anthony Rodriguez.
All right. You are charged with domestic violence, disorderly conduct with a weapon, and then a disorderly conduct with a weapon. And the state's asking for a $10,000 bond. Counsel, did you want to be heard?
Judge, before I argue on bond, I'd like to make a probable cause argument.
Okay.
So in the entire complaint, there's no mention of how he was reckless with a knife, and there's also no claims that the victims in this case were threatened by the knife. So we're asking that these charges are dismissed or that he's released to pretrial services.
All right. Ms. Goodman, you want to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. I respectfully ask the court to deny the motion as after the argument entailed, the defendant had a pocket knife, which he held and handled the blade facing down. Nonetheless, one of the victims did also mention that she was placed in she was frightened by this incident. And also looking at the information that the defendant is displaying a knife, which is a dangerous instrument during an altercation, and law enforcement was contacted. That's all the definition within the statute, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Well, I am going to release the defendant for pretrial, so I guess I don't have to make the other decision. So I am going to appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Rodriguez, order him not to have any contact with Lisa Tillich and not to return to her residence. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms or other weapons, and I will release the defendant to pretrial services, and he needs to appear in court on December 1st at 1:30 or a warrant will issue for his arrest.
Janet.
What's your name?
Helen Yarbrough.
All right, you are charged with fraud, computer tampering, theft of a credit card, and theft. And counsel, the state's asking for a $5,000 bond, and I will note that neither me or the deputy could find probable cause for that computer tampering. So I will note that on the order that I did not find probable cause for that one. But the others, did you want to be heard on?
Yes, Judge, we're asking that Ms. Yarbrough is released to pretrial services. Pretrial services identified these charges as nonviolent. She's a lifelong resident of Tucson, has no felony history, and if she were released, she'd go to her mother's house.
Okay. All right, but her mother declined to offer the defendant any third-party support, and she otherwise is homeless. So, given that, I am going to order the defendant not to have any contact with the victim, not to return to the incident location, no alcohol or illegal drugs. I will hold her on $1,000 bond, pretrial services if posted, and set the preliminary hearing on November 19th at 1:30.
And Judge, which office is appointed?
I'm sorry, the public defender's office.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Judge, would you reconsider bond? She is interested in going to Gospel Rescue Mission.
No, not given the risk assessment. All right. Thank you all. Good night.
Bye, everybody. Have a good night.